Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Ugly Face Gaming here, and welcome back to another video. Now, this video might be completely different from what I'm actually used to. I feel like a lot of you guys are probably thinking I'm gonna do this video on Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which by the time I'm actually recording this video, it's like a day or two away from actually releasing, which is gonna be really cool. Or maybe you guys think I'm gonna talk about the Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC, which comes out in literally like almost a week from now. But no, this video is completely different from all of that. What I want to do within this video is actually talk about my experience with the Vic Mignogna meet and greet. Now, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I did upload, I believe it was like a 2 minute video about me meeting Vic Mignogna for the very first time. If you guys don't know, Vic Mignogna is the voice of Broly. There was an actual meet and greet done here in California in a little shop known as My Awesome Collectibles. So shout out to My Awesome Collectibles for actually hosting this event. And yeah, I actually uploaded that video. If you guys haven't checked it out, make sure to check it out. It's like my recent video. And obviously, thank you guys so much for the love and support. If you have watched it, it has like over 1,000 views and a lot of positive comments. So thank you to all of you guys who actually loved and enjoyed that video. It was a blast meeting Vic Mignogna. But what I want to do within this video is actually talk about my experience within the actual event, because there are a lot of people actually retweeting this event on Twitter when Vic Mignogna actually posted about this event and how it turned out. There were a lot of hashtag kick Vic people who were just bashing on Vic Mignogna, bashing on us, the fans, and they were just being really negative in terms of the entire event. And the reason why I wanted to make this video is to kind of debunk a lot of the things that people were actually talking about when it came to that event, because like I was saying, Kick Vic were actually saying a lot of negative things that weren't even true. Like, they weren't even there to witness the event, but someone like me, I was there. And one of the main things that I saw on Twitter was this one female corporate person. I don't know who she is, but on Twitter she was just bashing on Vic, saying that like the entire fan base that was there were just old, sweaty, smelly men, and that she could smell our body odor through the screen, which in my opinion is really unprofessional for someone to say something like that, especially without knowing who we are as people. And I kind of wanted to talk about that first, because they were basically stating that there is nothing but men there, and that is just completely wrong. Like, of course, within the video that they actually uploaded on Twitter, there were a bunch of men standing in line, but what people don't know is that within all of those men there were females. And not only that, but I was actually fortunate to be one of the first ones that were there. Well, I can't say the first one that was there, because there were still like a good 50 people in front of me, but from me up to like the front of the line, there were a lot of females there. Like, there was almost an equal ratio of males and females there to meet Vic. So the whole thing of them saying that it's a bunch of like 50-year-old men that went to go meet Vic, that is completely false. They're all like middle-aged men, like around my age of like 20 to 25 years old. Obviously, there were a couple older people, and obviously there were a lot of females who were there. Like, if you actually look at the Instagram page of My Awesome Collectibles, there were some females who were tagging like the actual store when they actually uploaded their pictures, as well as My Awesome Collectibles also had their own Instagram stories where there were a bunch of females there getting their stuff signed. Like, I don't know what these people were actually talking about when stating that it was nothing but pure men. Now, my experience within this whole thing was just phenomenal. I've already stated multiple times that this has to be hands down one of the best meet and greets I've ever gone to, just from how much positivity there was. So when it came to this meet and greet, obviously it was on Saturday, January 11th, I believe. It was from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. I want to say it was roughly around that time. Yeah, it was, because it was like a 4 hour meet and greet. So obviously I actually got there like around 10:30 because for some reason in my mind, I was like, oh, maybe there's not going to be that many people, So I got there 10:30 thinking that 30 minutes earlier was going to be, exceptional to actually be there. But no, there was, like I stated, I got there at 10:30, guys, 30 minutes before the actual event started. And there was already a good like 60-70 people ahead of me. Like, the line was really long, and from my point where I was until the end of the meet and greet, the line just kept on growing and growing. So even though I did get there 30 minutes early, I didn't get there early enough to be one of the first ones, but at the same time I was fortunate enough to actually be one of like the earliest people to actually get out from the meet and greet. So obviously before the meet and greet started, it was like 10:50, 10:55. Vic Mignogna actually walked through the entire line to where we were because we were kind of technically the last people within the line, just telling everyone that he's excited to meet all of us. He's very happy that a lot of us actually showed up and that he was going to get to us shortly. The reason why I want to talk about that is because Vic Mignogna actually did that after every single hour, like every single hour. So once the meet and greet started at 11, at 12, he actually went out again and he was actually like talking to his fans, saying like he's still very thankful that people are in line, that he'll get to us shortly. So he was literally checking up on us every single hour. So when you see videos like that on YouTube where it actually shows Vic going outside and checking up on his fans, that is completely correct. I honestly thought it was just for that one convention because it was like raining and stuff, but no, like he really does care about his fans, and he was actually going outside to greet his fans to make sure everyone was okay so they could actually, prepare themselves for when they actually get inside. Now, when it comes to the actual meet and greet, I'm not going to list the pricing of the items that were being sold, as well as how much photos and autographs cost, because I don't want to give out like a price and then Kick Vic sees this video and they're like, oh, he's charging this much, he's charging this much. This is like a complete bash and he's just doing this for money. Because at the end of the day, this meet and greet, if you wanted to meet Vic Mignogna, it was completely free. Like, it was only if you want to get like an autograph or a picture or one of the pops that they were selling for the actual event, that you had to pay for. But the actual meet and greet to meet Vic was completely free. Like, if you just wanted to go in and say hello and stuff, you literally had to pay $0. That's how this event actually was. And obviously, if you wanted to support Vic Mignogna, that's when you would actually, ask and pay for autographs and pictures, which is what I did. And I believe in terms of me filming it, I feel like that was free as well. Like, they didn't tell me I had to pay to actually, record the whole thing. Because I even asked Vic before I actually, stepped forward him, I was like, can I record this? He was like, yeah, sure, you can record anything you want. So that was a huge plus. And obviously, when it came to the meet and greet with Vic Mignogna, we do get to see that within videos, he interacts with his fans, which is one thing that I honestly didn't think we were actually going to have time for because of how many people were actually outside waiting for him. When I saw that many people actually waiting, I thought it was just going to be okay. Like, you're just going to go in, you're going to meet Vic Mignogna, you're going to say, hello, this is my name. He's going to put that on his actual pop and he's going to sign it and do everything, get a picture, and it's over. That was completely what I thought was going to be, and I was completely wrong with that. When I actually entered the venue, because obviously they let like 10 people in at a time, and then one-on-one you would go and you would keep on getting your stuff signed, and then once those 10 people left, I believe like 10 more would go in. Every time someone went up to Vic, it was like a conversation. He was not the type of person to just be like, what do you want me to sign? Do you have a picture? Yes, let's take a picture. All right, next person. No. Like, I was actually kind of shocked when I actually went up to him and he was actually like talking to me like if I was a person. Like, I was just like, what's even going on here? And even within that video, you saw me ask like, which one is your favorite Broly, the old one or the new one? He actually answered it and gave an explanation why. And he actually knew what he was talking about, which for me was like shocking because I just asked like, which Broly do you like better? I never asked why, but he actually took time to explain why and give out a whole reason. And obviously I told him that he was the first ever VA that I ever met, and that part of the video is true. I've never met any other VA because in my opinion, all of the other VAs that I want to meet, like Sean Shibbo, Christopher Savith, and all of those people, I heard that it's kind of like a rocky meet and greet, especially with Sean Shibbo, because he just doesn't really care that much. He thinks he's all like big and tough and he's like the best voice actor and all of that. Like, if you've seen videos of the interactions with Sean Shibbo, it's kind of like hit or miss. So yeah, I didn't want to get into any of that. The first person I ever wanted to meet was Vic Mignogna. And I was so glad that I was able to actually tell him, like, yo, you're the first ever VA that I ever meet, and probably the only VA that I ever wanted to meet. And he was so humbled. He told me that it was an honor to be his first one, but in my opinion, it was just an honor to be in front of his presence. And throughout the entire event, it was literally nothing but, like, positivity. Like, it was nothing but positive vibes throughout that whole thing. Like, even though I was waiting the 3 hours because I got there at 10:30 and I didn't get to meet him till, like, 1:30, so it was, like, a 3-hour wait. It was completely worth the wait. It was literally nothing but positivity coming from this man. Even when you entered the room and it wasn't even your turn to greet him, you could just feel the positivity like coming out from this man. He's so humble. And after the whole meet and greet was over, obviously we took the picture and I told him like, thank you for everything. And he's like, no, thank you for coming. And it was just like a whole back and forth saying thank you. When I was actually driving home, in my mind, I was just like, who would even want to ruin this man's career? This man is by far the most humble person I've ever met, and every time people talk about how scummy he is and how bad he is and all the bad stuff he's done, when I met him, I did not feel any of that. I felt really, really welcomed. He was just by far the friendliest person you could ever meet. So if you guys ever wonder, like, should I meet Vic Mignogna if he's in my area, I completely recommend it. Like, he's just a really, really nice guy. He's not the type of person that you just give him the stuff, he signs, takes a picture, and leaves. Like, no, if you have something to talk about, he will talk about it with you. And he's so knowledgeable about everything that it's just insane how much this guy actually is. Like, I'm so happy I actually took the time to actually go meet him. And Vic, if you're watching this video, thank you so much for actually being in California for someone like me to meet you. Like, it was just mind-blowing. I never thought I was going to meet Vic Mignogna, but seeing that I did, it was just the best thing ever, and it's a really, really great way to start off my 2020. But the overall takeaway message that I want to do in terms of this video is that don't ever listen to what other people say, because so many people have been saying bad things about Vic, bad things about his fans and everything, but at the end of the day, Vic Mignogna hasn't even like said anything wrong about these voice actors. All he's ever done is just spreading positivity, and all of this comes even more further when you actually look at the Amanda Wynn Lee roast, you know, the whole roast that she did on Vic and Kick Vic, you know, like how bad it was and how much people hated what she actually did, and actually like broke the whole thing about people saying that they never talk about Vic in conventions. Like, it just shows that some people within Kick Vic are just so toxic to the community. They've always, you know, built themselves around being a community that they want to heal the anime community, but seeing stuff like Amanda Wynn Lee and what she was doing, which don't even ask me who she is, because I completely don't even know who she is, so I can't really talk about her. Just the fact that she was talking about Vic when, you know, Vic hasn't even done anything wrong to her or anything, like, it's just completely off-putting. But all of that aside, whenever you meet Vic, like I stated, it's nothing but positive vibes, but obviously that's just my experience with Vic. Like I stated, I really, really recommend it if Vic is ever in your area, or like doing a meet and greet or at a convention and you're kind of iffy, like, should I go meet him, should I not, I highly recommend it. He's a really, really humble person, one of the nicest people I've ever met, but like I stated, that's just my opinion, so I'll leave it at that. But at the end of the day, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully this kind of enlightens you in terms of what you can expect from a Vic Mignogna meet and greet. Expect to feel nothing but positivity and happiness when meeting him. That's exactly what I felt, and hopefully if you guys have not met him, hopefully you guys have an awesome experience like I did. Hopefully you get to take a lot of good pictures, a lot of videos, get a lot of things signed. I just really want nothing but happiness and love for Vic and his community. So at the end of the day, like I stated, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you guys so much for the love and support for my other video where I actually met Vic, you know, that little 2-minute video, which if you guys haven't watched, I highly recommend watching it. A lot of people within the comment section said that's like the most lovely thing they've ever seen, so that makes me happy that a lot of people are actually liking that 2-minute video. And yeah, hopefully I'll catch you on the next one, because Dragon Ball Z Kakarot's coming out in like 2 days, so you can expect a lot of content coming from me. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys actually like and subscribe and do all of that stuff in terms of this channel, because there will be a lot of things to do with Dragon Ball content, so obviously make sure to check out for that. I'm gonna stop rambling and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.
Try to take it. Ready for this? Special beam. Get ready.